How many liters of water to get one bottle of whiskey?
100 liters of water to get 0.7 liters of whiskey.
That's the distillery.
Hey guys, Veronica here. Today we are in Scotland. We're visiting the first whiskey distillery we've ever visited in our lives, and I'm so excited. We're a little bit late though, so we need to get going. But yeah, we're gonna visit Glengoyne Distillery. We do enjoy their whiskey. We booked a golden tour, which is an hour and a half. We're gonna have 4 whiskeys to try. I don't think we can film inside, but we'll definitely tell you how it felt and maybe shoot some shots in the middle. So yeah, it's really lovely. We're not in northern Scotland just yet. The distillery is just about 45-minute drive from Glasgow, so it's quite accessible even if you fly in and you want to go to it. So this one is actually one of the most accessible whiskey distilleries. And we're reasonably excited, aren't we?
Yes, we're very excited.
This
is the first one ever. Come on.
First one ever. I mean, we've done beer experiences, so we've done Heineken and Amsterdam, right? I've done the what do you call it? The one in Ireland.
Like Guinness?
Guinness, yes. And what else have we done? We've done one. We've done one, right?
Other
one. So
we'll remember after the whiskey.
Yeah, maybe we'll remember after the whiskey. Okay, we'll see you a bit later.
Yoo!
It's really sunny, but we got the tickets.
Show me the ticket.
Yeah, there we go. That's the ticket. The golden ticket. 19th of April. Whenever you're watching, that's how long it took us to edit this video. But yeah, we start in 7 minutes and we'll just take a little break and head in. Their stills are Scotland's slowest, unhurried. Our new spirit benefits from the gentlest of journeys, developing the unique Glengoyne taste. It's 1833.
Let's go, otherwise we're gonna be...
The whiskey is being moved underground. This is really fun.
Is it?
Couldn't take any videos in the actual place where they distill the spirits because it could explode. Yes. Wow. Okay, we just finished our tour, and honestly, the last...
just a second. I'm somehow on the manual focus. Can I change it from manual?
Yes, you can change it. No. Autofocus. Yes. We just finished our tour. We finished in the shop, of course, but Glengoyne say it's not a marketing plot. It's just that they want to get everyone from all of the tours, different tours in one place, and I totally get it. It's really nice. I mean, I love... Okay, I've had 4 drams of whiskey, so I might be a little bit exaggerating, but it's been really, really nice. These people are lovely. They do what they love, and it's just really nice to be a part of it, and they're very mindful about how they make their whiskey. I'm so happy about our first whiskey experience, to be fair, and we had the best German friend group ever.
International playboys, a house in the middle of our street, a house in the middle of our street, a house.
There were like these 8 friends that meet up every 2 years, and it's just, I mean, I'm getting a little bit emotional here, but yeah, I mean, if you were ever wanting, I think I couldn't have gotten a better first whiskey distillery tour experience than going to Glengoyne. So that's it. I mean, if you want to go, go. Glengoyne is here, and yeah.
And look at that.
Across the line.
So can you remember which ton does what?
I remember all the water temperatures. It's I just thought maybe they'll quiz us at the end and there's going to be a prize if you remember the water temperatures. But basically, once they get the sugar out of the malt,
starch,
they warm it up 3 times. So the first time they warm it up at 33 degrees, the second time they warm it up at 64, and the third time they warm it up at 77. I just mesmerized those 3 numbers, thinking there's going to be a gift, but there isn't. But yeah, it was really cool. It was just incredible. They said that they make, what, 1 million liters of whiskey every year, and it all happens literally here. Like, that's it. There's this one building in the middle of a field. Well, not one building, multiple buildings, but you know, it's a small team. It's very closely knit. It's just incredible that.
How many liters of water to get one bottle of whiskey?
100 liters of water to get 0.7 liters of whiskey. I mean, and 77%. So we learned a lot on this whiskey tour as well. So for example, apparently when the Scottish people make whiskey, the tax man takes 77% in tax of all of the bottles that they sell of the finished product. I mean, imagine you made a product and then 77% of that was taken by the government. And yeah, the tour guide basically mentioned that there's whiskey, there's oil, and there's salt, and there's Scotland. Yeah, we learned a lot. I don't want to give away too much. I think if you ever consider going to the Glengoyne Distillery, absolutely go there. It's really nice to see so many nice people being passionate about what they do, just being very welcoming and friendly. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's round it up right here. Anything I say beyond this point will be just a letdown, so thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you like this new style because we're trying something new here, so I'd love to know what you think, and yeah, let us know in the comments, and see you later. Ha! I tricked you. You thought this was just a Glengoyne Distillery tour and we just went to one whiskey distillery? No way. I mean, we're spending like a week and a half in Scotland, so we're gonna do Highland Park next, and I'm gonna cut to that in 3, 2, 1, go!
Good morning.
Good morning, a budget-minded traveler's morning. We're just packing some snacks before we go to our next distillery, which is in Highland Park in Kirkwall. Right now we're in the town of Castletown, and it's a very, very small town, and it's very exciting. And yeah, I'm just packing some snacks so we don't have to buy lunch, and yeah.
So what are we doing today?
I said we're going to the whiskey distillery.
Which one?
Highland Park. I did say that.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god, I was so focused on doing this.
Yeah, you were focused on the camera movement. Okay, so we're going to Highland Park's distillery. It's near Kirkwall. It's actually on an island, so we'll need to take an hour ferry from here. Well, not from here, from a short drive from here. And it's very exciting because we haven't been on a ferry since Norway, haven't we? So that's one thing. We've been warned that we can get very, very sick on that ferry, so we'll see how that goes. We're not taking their advice to take anti-sickness. And we're doing the Magnus Eunson tour, is that right? And that is actually the most expensive whiskey distillery tour we're doing. We're actually gonna taste 7 whiskeys. So, wow, it's gonna be quite exciting. Are you excited?
Yes, very excited.
Yeah, so yeah, let's get going because the ferry leaves in 45 minutes. Okay, we have to go. I'm not the only one sleeping. So yeah, we just left the bay, and Oscar was getting all upset with me because I got directions that we should walk forward for the bus stop and everything.
Hey, I'm editing this
Oh,
video.
he was so upset with me, like, oh, she said, oh, anyway. Moving on, so we did walk that way for a little bit, and then we understood that the bus wouldn't fit through there. And then I asked the lovely ladies at the post office, and they said that just stand next to the propeller and the bus will stop. Isn't that great? Who needs bus stop signs? I mean, if there's a propeller.
So,
all right, we just
baggy.
Yes, we got loads of good stuff from Highland Park. I don't think we filmed anything in there because filming was not allowed. But wow, what an experience! So we are on Orkney. This island is quite north. It's north even of Scotland, so you have to take a ferry to get here, like an hour. And it's a small island. There's only 20,000 people here. Anyway, I'm mumbling about it. The Highland Park distillery experience was brilliant. I mean, I don't know how, but we ended up having a distillery tour, just the 2 of us with the guide. So it was a very VIP experience. We went on the Magnus Eunson tour, which was 7 whiskeys. We even tried a 40-year-old whiskey for the first time in our lives, so that was pretty special.
A dram of that costed probably more than the whole tour.
Yeah, the whole tour, yeah, exactly. The whole bottle costs what, 3K?
3,000.
3,000. So we had a dram of the 40-year-old, a 35-year-old, a 25-year-old.
30-year-old.
Sorry, 30-year-old. So 40-year-old, 30-year-old, 25-year-old, and we had a few others. And it was just amazing. And in the end, we got like these little frames telling us that we, and the glasses, and we got like Let me show you. Ah, there we go. We're part of their family. It's really sweet. It was really nice to visit such a traditional distillery, and I almost feel like I'm part of their family. Would you agree? Right?
Yeah,
and it was really nice, and we bought like a 15-year-old whiskey that was like signed and limited edition, so we were thinking like maybe drink it on a special occasion 5-10 years from now. And yeah, it was amazing. It's kind of a shame that we only took the ferry and we're coming back today, isn't it? There's more things to explore in Orkney, but you know, you can always come back. As the distillery tour guy said, you know, you definitely go to Isla. Definitely go to all of the other distilleries and then come back for the best whiskey. So maybe that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we've planned any other distilleries. It's just great to be part of something that takes so long to do, as they explained that even so Highland Park use peat when they are drying their barley, and that takes hundreds if not thousands of years, and then the oak that comes into the barrels, that takes hundreds of years. So actually the whiskey takes hundreds of years to create, even if it sits in the bottle only for 10. So it's quite an interesting process of how, yeah, it's just an interesting process to me, and I'm gonna let it all soak in now and
Do a summary a little bit later on.
yeah, do a summary a little bit of later on. A bonus distillery, we decided to visit another one. It's Talisker in the Isle of Skye. Yep, so it was next to Talisker Bay where we were going anyway, so we decided to pop it down. Let's go and see what we can afford.
But we're not going for a visit.
No, we're not. Come on,
That's
let's see. Let's see how long it is. Come on, let's go. Don't you want to know more about Talisker? Come on. All right, we've just finished our little visit to Talisker. We got 2 mini bottles, well, 3 mini bottles and 1 small bottle. And it was, I mean, I actually appreciate that they have a museum in their shop, because we weren't really sure if we wanted to do the tour and we didn't feel like it, and we still learned a lot about their history. So thank you, Talisker, for that. Yeah, I mean, it looked more commercial in there, definitely, I think, comparing to Highland Park and the Glengoyne Distillery. I mean, the guy at the counter didn't even really say thank you for me making a purchase. It was just like, transaction, okay, pay by card, fine, here's your receipt.
It was also really busy though.
Yeah, it was also very busy. A lot of people come here, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, this makes it our 4th whiskey distillery visit. So we've done 2 tours and we've visited 2 distilleries. I think that's not too bad, considering it's like 1 every other day. So yeah, I think we've got a gist what these distilleries are about, and it's now raining, which makes it a completely genuine and authentic experience. Well, visiting Scotland. And yeah, I think we'll summarize somewhere where it's not actually raining, so our camera doesn't die. Okay, that looks like a fair draft. Yeah, it's getting a little bit late, so excuse me or us for the lighting of this video, but we felt like right now is a great way how to summarize our whiskey distillery experiences in Scotland. And yeah, I'm not a whiskey lover myself. I actually got into whiskey and liking whiskey just because Oscar is very passionate about it, and I have to say that it's pretty amazing coming to Scotland and just feeling such a strong like love and appreciation for the craft of making whiskey. So there are over 100, I don't remember the exact number, but there are over 100 distilleries in the whole of Scotland. We found out some interesting facts, like there are another 14 new distilleries are opening this year, which is pretty incredible. I mean, it's going to get even more fierce in terms of what to choose and where to go. Another interesting fact that we learned about how taxed whiskey actually is. So apparently every single malt whiskey that's made in Scotland is taxed, bottled, the bottle is taxed 77%. So 77% of the money goes to the Scottish government, which is a lot of tax. That was very, very surprising. But I don't want to spoil you with all of I don't want to spoil it for you with all of the facts. That's something that you can learn when you go to individual distilleries. So as you've seen from the video, we've actually done 2 whiskey distillery tours. So we've done the Glengoyne, which was our first, and then we did the Highland Park distillery tour, which was in Orkney. The Glengoyne one was great. It was a great introduction to the distillery tours. per se. The Highland Park still has to be my favorite. It had the most history, and because it took an hour to get to the island and then to see the distillery there, I feel like that made the experience even more special. Plus, we actually really enjoyed the whiskey and how it tastes. There are plenty more distilleries to visit. I don't think I would cram more than a few or one every other day. I don't think that that's really fair, because the thing is, there's going to be a part in every distillery tour that's going to be exactly the same, where they go through the process of how they make whiskey, which is exactly one-on-one, 100% the same for every distillery. I mean, some use slightly different techniques, but that's about it. We also got to visit a few distilleries, like we popped in the Talisker distillery just to have a look at how it looks like. We also popped into the Glenmorangie one, which unfortunately was closed because it was the bank holiday. So, you know, it doesn't, when you're visiting Scotland for the whiskey distilleries, doesn't mean that you have to do a tour in every single one. You could just literally pop by. And of course, there are many more distilleries to visit. We chose these specifically because they were most remote and most out of the way of the other ones, so when we come back to Scotland we can visit those. And yeah, I mean, that kind of rounds it up. I think if you like whiskey and you want to learn more about it, I have definitely found a new appreciation for whiskey. I didn't realize how long it actually took to make whiskey. I mean, they do tell you, you know, 10 years, or it has to be minimum 3 years in an oak cask. But the thing is, to make the oak cask, you know, you have to cut up the, you know, the tree that's been there for hundreds of years, and then you have to make the cask, and then you have to wait for the whole process to start. So yeah, I found a new appreciation for whiskey. I think it's definitely a luxury product and something that's nice to drink as well after a while. And yeah, if you want to visit any distilleries, definitely go for it. And I think that's about it. I think we're gonna just continue. There are some Talisker whiskies here. We're gonna try them because we never got to try them at any tours or anything like that. And that's how we're gonna finish our evening and this video. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later. Bye. Glenmorangie Distillery, which we totally went to. It was great.
We totally went to it. Never mind the sign. Totally went to it. Totally went to it. It's Easter Sunday. What can you do?
Yeah, people are spending time with their family, aren't they?
Their families, and eating chocolate eggs, and, you know, being with children. They're not drinking and driving like we are.
We're not drinking and driving.
We're not.
But yeah, wow, look, there's the bay at the back. And I'm filming again. I'm sorry.